Now, of course, this is the moment that you all have been waiting for as we now will be placing reggae artist Madeline in the spotlight as she reveals some of the story behind her big story. All happening right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. We are also streaming this live interview on Facebook. You check it out on UVC Radio on Facebook. That is. Thank you so much. Welcome. A pleasant good day to you, Madeline. How are you doing? What's going on? What's the vibes like?
Vibes are really chilled and cool, peaceful. I'm very happy.
Right.
Yeah, very happy to
And
be with you and to share with you with this very nice greenery all around me, this nice forest. And
absolutely, absolutely.
we're gonna talk together, me and the forest, two guys today.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure having you here as we are about to journey into your life as a reggae artist. Once again, want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and allowing us to place you in the spotlight right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Once again, welcome.
Thank you very much once again. I'm really honored and pleased to be with you sharing this wonderful day, my dear Fonso.
Thank you again. So, of course, for those many persons out there who are listening to this live interview, both on the radio and on Facebook, let's take us back in time. Original, back in time. Tell us your place of birth. I will also always find it interesting to give us a bit more information on your growing up.
Okay, yeah, fantastic. So I born a very lively girl in Venice, Italy. This really artistic and city that is like just one in the whole globe. So we have no car, we have no this kind of noise of engine around us. So we live in this kind of paradise where we are constantly open to the double of the reflection of the water. So we live in a kind of double dimension, the real dimension and then the dimension that is reflected in the water. So that
Mm.
was how I grew up myself in this beauty of art, of many palaces, and this like spirituality of deepness in the water. Yeah, and then I always was singing since I have memory. I was always singing. So I sing in the kindergarten, in the primary school, in the chorus. Then I went up in the college singing. Then I get my first band when I was 15 and I was at the school, my school band. I set it up, and then I become the chorist of a band that we were doing cover. Then I become the lead singer of the same band, and then I was around 17, and we were already performing in Venice in the carnival on the streets. It was a different time frame from
Now
now.
that's quite interesting, but I will have to a bit pause you here up for a bit. You know, what I mean, now you've explained to us the place that you grew up. Obviously, it was surrounded with with was surrounded by a nature, the trees, natural trees, the rivers, etc. Explain to our listeners how this being right in nature has influenced the type of music we hear coming from Madeline.
Well, being a lot in nature, in the silence of the mountain, in the forest, make Madeline listen to all the voices of the nature, of the plants, of the spirits of the trees, and these kind of things. So I have since child I have a kind of good relationship and talk with the nature. See, so that's how also where and how I received my music and my song. They are deeply connected with the nature. The nature inspired me, bring me sometimes this song as a gift, or if nature have something to say to people, sometimes she use me to translate her message into music and then bring it to the people. That's what me and the forest do.
Now that's quite interesting that you say that because quite often we don't pay the spiritual side of the music much. You know what I mean? We see the artist on stage, we see the glamour, we see the glitter, but we have no idea what these artists go through in terms of preparing themselves and allowing positive energy to go out to the fans. Now, you've explained that so nicely that because of obviously you've been surrounded by nature, this has caused you to get that sort of spiritual guidance, you know what I mean, to give the masses out there a positive music. So tell us about when you sit down and you meditate, you know what I mean? How do you come up with your songs?
Actually, my songs, they kind of come inside of me. I just sit and meditate, and I just open myself to the forces, and I stay
Mm,
inside. And then sometimes I just hear the song coming through me, singing already by some voice, and I just receive it and I record it fast.
wow,
Or I
amazing.
or I have to record it fast, or I take my telephone and I have something and then I record it. Or because if I write it down, it's too fast. It will just disappear like dissolve like magic. Or if I have
Wow.
nothing to record, I just, if it's really a big message that I have to deliver, then I keep on hearing it for days. Then I start learning it, and then I keep hearing different parts, the song, the bass line, the drums, the trumpet. Everything comes into place. So it, for me, it's more like this. I never sit down and write a song like I say, oh, I want to write a
Mm,
song, and then I write song, but this can go good with this and this. No, I mean, I can do that, and I also like to play like that. But for me, it's more like
mm,
a,
mm,
like a. I don't say just bringing down from the sky, because sometimes it's also coming from the earth. It's all together. But it's more a feeling that it comes from the sky, because as the music is so subtle, it's seems like it's floating everywhere. And like, let's say I'm like a magnet for songs just come for me.
mm,
I we we coexist.
mm.
I
Now, of course, we could hear the passion coming from Madeline. Do you know what I mean? She obviously, based on this discussion, you could hear that she really loved music. Now, as a little girl growing up at school, how were you able to balance off, you know what I mean, that passion, that burning passion you had inside towards music as it relates to your schoolwork? How did you balance the two of them together?
mm, well, I was always singing, and in the school, when I had free time, I was singing with my friends in the break and these kind of things. But I was always good at school. I had no problem, so I just had to pay a little bit of attention, and then I didn't have to study much on books. I had like a good memory, I think. So I didn't have no problem in balancing the music with the school. Well, of course, I had to stay still like everybody, hours and hours listening to things that were more or less interesting, and try to make it. How is it going to school? Sometimes you want to go, sometimes you don't want to go. But always the sky was out of the window. It was always there for me.
Right. And how best would you describe yourself? Were you more on the reserve side, or you were, you know, I mean, always outgoing?
How am I? Me?
Yes. How best would you describe yourself? Were you quite reserved, a bit quiet in school, or you were one that was outspoken and, you know, what I mean?
When I was a girl around 15, like that, 16.
Yeah, well, a bit younger,
Yeah,
when you were growing up, like around 10 years, that about, you know, what I mean,
uh,
from 5 to 10.
10 years. I remember I went. I'll just give you this example. I remember it was my mommy take me to ballet, and then we were doing all the exercise with the ballet, and the teacher was very strict. she had a stick, yeah, and were giving us the stick on the legs. No, put the legs more like that. The legs more like that. And then one day she said, "Okay, now you have some. Please, now you improvise some dancing." And then when it was my turn, she asked me if I had the San Vito dance thing. That is like the spirit that goes inside you, and you just go crazy, like dancing and jumping everywhere.
Hmm.
No, nothing to do with ballet. Just like pure energy and So I shift between this pure energy, mega vibe to like really like deep meditational state.
Right.
There's
And
retreats.
what would have brought you that love for reggae music that would later on want you to what seeing you pursuing a career in reggae music? What would have triggered that mindset? Seeing that you from Italy, do you know what I mean? And obviously reggae would have been your traditional music, and so why chose reggae?
It's the same like music. I think reggae chose me. I was looking TV. I was always looking MTV when I was younger, the music television. And one time they passed Bob Marley One Love video with the younger guy. And I remember that song, that vibe, and such a strong impression on me that from that time I just could not forget the vibe. And then the vibe was just growing, growing. Even if I was listening Michael Jackson and Prince and I don't know, Madonna, this kind of European, I mean, in American market coming to Europe, my heart was opening to the reggae spiritual movement and
Mm,
direct. So then every time I was listening again reggae and reggae, I was more curious about it. And in my city, there were some Rastafari people with their dreads and like Rasta, but Italians, white ones, but with the Bible and with the things. And so and they had a band, a reggae band. So I was going to hear them and then I was going to make chorus for them. And from them, I received more about the culture and like more about some other musicians. And then I went deep there into the music. In Italy, we always have like, it's not our culture, the reggae, but we always invite big artists from Jamaica, reggae artists. So we have like festivals and concert of reggae music. And I was always going and receiving these fantastic blessings from them
yes,
music.
of course.
I remember my goosebumps and like this feeling of elevation through music. Just
Yes.
reggae music, that you know, elevation.
Now you've
So
mentioned by sorry.
ah,
You mentioned by 15, 17 years you had already formed your own band. How did that come up? How did you actually put that band together? Tell us the genesis of that band.
repeat me again the question.
You said by 17, by 15, 17, you had already formed your band, your reggae band.
Yeah, yeah.
So we want to ask the question, tell us the genesis of that revelation. How did you come up? How did you put together the band? Tell us the story behind it.
The band is just like that. I was taken from. I was all I am powerful. So manifesting power is kind of something I was already working with when I was 17. Even without even knowing the words or knowing about nothing of the things that we now say normally. I just
Mm.
manifest like that. So I think I need to make a band. I need to perform this and this tracks, this tune I want to do. And then I say, I need a drummer. Who is gonna be the drummer? And then the universe send me the picture of the drummer. Okay, I'm gonna call that drummer. Who's gonna be the bass player? That one. Okay. Who's gonna and then I just call and then the universe kind of always guide me with a lot of love and I try to follow the sign and I succeed in doing my band. Sometimes I don't even know how I do the things. I don't plan them. I
Yes.
just go and in the way of going, the things they come together.
Whilst on stage performing, Madeline, how do you connect directly with your fans out there? How do you send off your energy and how do you receive the energy that's coming from your fan? Explain to us.
Okay. It comes kind of naturally. We have a kind of vibe we share together. It's called music. So when the music just come and fulfill the place, then with my voice I just start to be like become your friends, let's say, and move some little parts of your soul that are there with the sounds of the songs that I'm singing. So you start to feel a little more relaxed and more happy and you know ease. Or sometimes you feel a little disturbed and you don't like it because you are healing something. Then you know how is it? Depends on the stage you are. You feel different emotions or pleasurable feelings or not so pleasurable, depending on what you're processing in your life in the moment you are there. But mostly, yeah, medicine through the music, consciousness, connection. See, the thing can be very exciting or it can be also very meditative. It depends
Mm-hmm.
on how
Mm-hmm.
it developed the connection with the people. If we jump together in one moment, but in the other moment we're also praying, let's say.
Thank you so much for that. My name is Fonso Black, and I'm talking to reggae artist Madeleine. And we'll be going for a song break in the background. The song you'll be hearing, it's called Creation. And when we come back, Madeline is here to tell us all about this song, the inspiration, the genesis behind this song, Creation. Right here on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. We are also streaming live on Facebook, UBC Radio.
Give us the teaching of His Majesty. No, we don't want no type of philosophy. No, no, no. No, no, no. Gift of creation. Gift of creation. Rasta woman love and meditation. Children, it's a gift of creation. When people are dropping in hypocrisy, no longer able to speak to the spirit, then they try to have a baby, but the baby it's a gift of creation. Woman, don't annihilate your nature. Woman, remember your nature belongs to Mother Nature, but it's a gift of creation, gift of creation, gift of creation. Rasta woman love and meditation. Children, it's a gift of creation, gift of creation. Gift of creation, woman don't annihilate your nature. Children, it's a gift of creation. When the soul incarnate to the body.
Today, welcome back, of course. If you're just joining in, my name is Fonso Black, and I'm talking to reggae artist Madeleine, and you just heard the song Creation in the background, and she will be telling us all about that song. Welcome back, Madeleine. Now, even before you go into explaining the genesis behind that song, it shows that obviously that you are someone who really embrace nature because the song is entitled creation and you're speaking of a creation in meditation. Over to you, Madeline. What was the inspiration, the genesis behind that song, creation?
Okay, this is a very it's a song for me, it's one of my most intense song, because I was kind of, you see, I'm a woman, and I passed through being a mother. So I had a baby, and and I also am a woman, and I passed through of losing a baby. And so I passed through all this creation process in different part, and I met a lot of women around. And then I met many women who could not have a baby, and they were like very worried of how they could have a baby. And I was always like addressing them and like suggesting them to connect with the nature, and to stay quiet and wait for them nature to give them the baby. But and then with the time coming, you see this woman that cannot have a baby, it became like a product of Babylon business. Woman cannot have a baby,
Mm.
it become like woman that want to make fake tits, or woman that want to have big lips. So there is a big confusion, because then the doctor gonna sell you, oh, no problem, yeah, you can have a baby, it costs this, you will have to do this, and you will have to do this. But in all this contract you do with the doctor, you forget that in the little bodies there are a soul, that you are looking for a body, but inside this body it's gonna be a soul coming to you, to your family.
Mm.
Yeah. So how you gonna bring down this soul? With Babylon money, or you're gonna bring it down with love, ancestry, and nature wise
Wow.
wisdom? So this is the song what is talking about. It's like giving some hope to this woman. I mean, first of all, it's for the woman to get back to their power and say, oh yeah, I'm a woman. Every woman had made a baby before. If I really connect with my being, I probably can have the same blessing of a creation inside of me. But many women nowadays, they just have too much rush. The word they think just there. A lot of mind is inside in the involution. The mind sometimes bring little involution. So I was asking the universe, how could I help? And then some vultures, the birds, vultures, they come and run, start to run, fly around my head and fly, fly. And then I start to hear the song, gift of creation, gift of
Wow.
creation. Rasta woman love meditation. Children, it's a gift of creation. And then little by little, everything fall into place. But this song, it came to me in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and I released it in 2021. So it took me, like, I made it many times, also with different producer, until I found the real work I wanted to present to the world for the music.
Wow, listeners, quite inspirational story there behind that song. And of course, we are talking to reggae artist Madeleine, and she's just explained and tell us the genesis behind this beautiful song. The name Madeleine, for those persons out there,
So
what
you
does
see,
it mean?
Madeleine,
Madeleine.
it comes from the under the spell of dub. Because see, this production gift of creation is made with this king of dub producer named Mad Professor in his record industry factory Ariwa label in London. So because I worked with him long years since 2009, um, then he gave me the name Madeleine, let's say. See, and he has, like, when we meet, I told you, I'm Madeleine. He said, oh, I'm Mad Professor. And he told me, oh, you come from Under the Spell of Dub. That is one of his dub album. And there is a song named
Mm,
Madeleine. So I said, oh, I remember
mm,
about you. You come from Under the Spell of Dub. And I said, oh, yeah, you got me from the dreams. See, oh, the dream time. So that's where
lovely,
Madeleine is from.
lovely. Thank you so much for that. What is the message that you always try to convey through your music, through the wider world, particularly amongst the younger generation?
See, I try always to bring positive vibes, consciousness, um, healing, mysticism, knowledge of ancestry, wisdom stories, connection with the earth and with the beings that are around us, small ones that we don't see, big ones. I try to bring that connection between dimensions.
Thank you so much. Madeline, would you mind sharing with our listeners out there? Because we understand that reggae has been dominated through by men. We're not saying that the female don't sing reggae, but obviously you would find much more men singing reggae music. Now, from a female point of view, how easy has it been, or what are some of the challenges you would have faced along your musical career as a female artist trying to really push your music out there?
But still, I'm in the thing. I tell you, I'm. You have to be strong and blessed. First of all, you need to like men's because I'm in my career. I'm always surrounded by men, and I love men
Yes.
very much. You know? I feel very comfortable with men, and I love their energy. I love their presence. So it's fantastic. Then there are also always a lot of obstacles, to go and get yourself out there. And being a woman, it's more complicated. But I'm not hands up. I'm going on. See? And I see now there are a lot of female artists that are embracing the reggae and bringing the message up, like Itana, Tanya Stevens, Queen Africa, Queen Omega. See? So I'm Lila Ike. In Jamaica, you have many empresses that are doing their job very nicely.
Lovely. The sound system coming from Jamaica has always played a big part in the development of reggae music. It's been
Mm.
used as a transportation to spread the music all across the island, by extension, the world. From Italy, explain to our listeners the sound system culture, what it is like in Italy. Where you from?
So in Italy, they try to copy the English style of sound system, Jamaican coming from always. So what we do, me too, we travel to England. I mean, in those times where we had no record shop much in Italy, no internet things. So we travel to England and we buy the 7 inches on. I remember I also love to go to New York to buy 7 inches. I have my own 7 inches collection and I also play vinyl. So I followed the sound system culture in England mostly than in the States. And in England was really interesting with Channel One, Abashanti, uh, and Marcus, Irish Steppa, well, Ariwa, Mad Professor, all of them. And in Italy, we also have sound system. Also, we have people that build their own sound system, like physically, and they go travel around the places with that sound system, and they have the DJ and the MC, and sometimes they play vinyl, sometimes they play computer now. But this sound system things is alive everywhere in the world. Just a little bit here where I live in Costa Rica and Central America is not really developed. In Mexico is big also, but I mean here in this, let's say Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica place is not really developed, but all around Colombia, I know it's strong, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, South America, it's strong on sound system culture. They also do their own. Every country they make their own production. You have
Mm.
some toaster on Colombian toaster on Colombian sound system. You have Mexican toaster on Mexican sound system. See?
Hmm.
Italian toaster. It really
Now that would be
spread.
quite interesting to hear from yourself as an artist performing on sound system. Describe in details how was the reaction of the people whilst performing on sound system, the feedback you would have gotten. You know, I mean, how competitive was it to get hold of the microphone, competing amongst men? Explain to our listeners.
Oh, look, I am used to. I work with my professor for many, many years, so I went with him all around the world, from England to Brazil, Argentina to London. This kind of movement everywhere, Peru and things. And with him, we were always the sound system vibe. So sound system vibe, great sound, great system, great sound, and the people like the power of the drum and bass and thing powerful. In Colombia, also I perform with sound system with this famous biggest sound system of Colombia named Gran Latido. So I had the pleasure to sing for them too, and I love sound system. Personally, I prefer the band to to make a nice show because it's more dynamic on the music vibe. You know, it's more dynamic. You can play more with the volumes and with the feeling of the each and every instrument with the people. With the sound system is more like, yeah, it's more like progressive, no? Yeah, you have all the effect and things that enhance the music, but it's always a machine, let's say, no? It's the band, you have still the musicians, and it's another vibe.
Wow, amazing. Again, I am Fonso Black and I'm talking to Madeleine, a reggae artist. We'll be going for another song break, and this time we'll be hearing Rootsman. And when we come back, she'll be telling us the story behind Rootsman. I quite love that one.
Vediamo questa batteria ancora, no? Sì.
No shoes in the boot, with no shoes in the boot. You gotta be a roots man, roots man. Shoes in the boot,
Pull it up again. Me, Jama, tell it that. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You're in the fiery zone with Fonso Black on UVC Radio.
no shoes in the boot, with no shoes in the boot. You gotta
Roots
be
and
a
culture.
roots man, roots man. With no shoes in the boot, with no shoes in the boot. You gotta be a roots man, roots man, roots man. With your arms you make fire, the creation shine on you. With your arms you make fire, the creation shine on you. With no shoes in the boot, with no shoes in the boot. You gotta be roots man, roots man, roots man. With no shoes in the boot, with no shoes in the boot. You gotta be a roots man, roots man, roots man. In the nature
quite love that song. Again, the title track is Roots Man. Madeline, over to you. Again, the story behind this one.
The story,
Conscious.
the story behind this one is very simple. The power of the connection with the land, with the Mother Earth, with the nature, with the sky, with ourselves, come being united with the mother. So let's say easy way, barefoot, making the fire with your hands, giving thanks for the miracle of life. See, and because Rasta people, Rasta men in their everyday life, they connect with the mother. They put their foot on the mother and give thanks for being able to walk the mother. Then they like to light the fire, to cook food or just to hold the meditation. So they make the fire. Easy, just remembering things, you see. Nothing. These songs I received it one night. It was raining hard, very hard. And I could not hear nothing, just from the sink roof, you know. And in the middle of the rain, in this sound, I was there with my computer and I start with no shoes in the bush, just like that. With no shoes in the bush, you gotta be a roots man, roots man, roots man. And then it went on.
Amazing.
See,
Wow. Listeners, what a inspiration coming from reggae artist Madeline. Now, for those artists out there, female artists out there wanting to become a reggae artist, what advice would you give to them, bearing in mind that you've were able to maintain that consciousness in the music? What would you say to them, allowing them not to go the slack way, not go in the negative way? What would you say to younger women out there who wanting to get to become a reggae artist?
I will say to be truthful to themselves. I think that's the easiest way to become what you are. If you're really truthful, you really love what you're doing, and you really feel a purpose in your soul that's bringing you towards that, then that's the way you should walk your path with faith that what is gonna become, it will become. I have a great teacher, Tibetan teacher, that I listened to him long time, and he said, if you have a piece of gold can be transformed in many different ways. It can become a lighter, it can become a ring, it can become a necklace, it can even become a cigarette holder. But it's always and you always be gold. So if there is some reggae gold inside of you and you feel it and you live it and you truth with it, then that will gonna vibe with you. There is that's how it
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think
Now,
that's
obviously, I'm almost sure that you would agree that music is powerful. Would you then agree that you, as an artist, has a moral responsibility as it relates to the type of lyrics that we hear coming from yourself? Because quite often we hear some music which promotes it's promoting gun violence, might be derogative towards women. What is your take on that? Would you agree that you, as an artist, have that moral responsibility in terms of the lyrical content that comes out from your music?
for sure. Exactly this that you said, come out from the beauty. we are, and as I said to you, it comes from the gold. If you have some beauty inside of you, you will be able to see the beauty and to share the beauty with others. It's like when you have some education or some knowledge, you are able to share it. It comes from your soul. If you don't have beauty, you cannot see beauty, you cannot perceive beauty. So there is no difference between beauty and ugliness then, and then anything can just rise out from your mouth because you don't have that connection. Or that is when you are like innocent, or you do it in purpose to make a damage into the future generation, into the society, into the mind of the young people, into the human relationship with the nature, the human between themselves. There is always, and there is always gonna be polarities in this planet. We're gonna respect that. We're not gonna be in a war, but we observing that the industry is like giving chance to this, but let's say not healthy education being shared into the music. I will always say, if my grandmother will listen to music that the youngest are listening now, will probably break the radio on her knee. Put it into fire. But what we can do, each and everyone, we're gonna do the best that we can to support young minds to become beautiful minds and to have a beautiful planet then for each and every one of us. Because we don't want to live in guns and blood and
Yes.
problems. No, it's okay for a movie, maybe 1 hour movie. We don't want our life be so complicated and be so devastated and be so annihilating. What do you think?
What would you say reggae means to you as an artist, Madeline?
Reggae give me the possibility of feeling my heart with music and love and to share it to the others.
And where do you hope to see reggae 5 years from now? Are you satisfied with reggae? Where reggae is at the moment?
Mm, I really would like to see improving good vibe music. See, instead of nice evolutionary mindsets into reggae music, make grow the new generation. That will be fantastic. But people love reggae all over the world, so there should be no problem for the reggae to rise up and be massive in a really complete way. And come from Jamaica, this beautiful, fantastic, wonderful place in the world. It's just a blessing you have there, and this island radiates rainbows of music out everywhere. It's just amazing.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for that. Now, listeners out there, viewers on Facebook, Madeline, she has now released her brand new single. Currently, she's promoting it. And I tell you, even before I play it, it is a fantastic song. The music, the vocal, it's amazing. So, obviously, we'll give you the opportunity, listeners and viewers on Facebook, to listen to the song. And when we come back, Madeline is here to tell us all about her brand new single. And the title, the title track is called "Life Can Be Simple." I love the title. So let's hear what Madeline has to say in this song. Life can be simple.
Life can be so simple. Life in harmony. Yeah, yeah. So sing me that song, the sweetest song that your heart can dream, that your soul can see, and take me that bite, the sweetest bite that your heart can dream, that your soul can dream. You don't need to worry, you don't need to fear when your heart is clean, yeah, yeah. Ooh, you don't need to worry, you don't need to fear. Love make us complete, yeah, yeah. So when I hear that song, I know my heart to you belongs. When I hear you sing that song, my heart sings with you. Oh, when I sing that song, I know my heart to you belongs. When I hear you sing that song, my heart sings with you.
Right now, we in a fire zone and we doing our answer phone. Who that a play? No, no, no. Who's up, baby? I'm listening UVC radio. Watch out, they massive them.
Life can be so simple.
Fonso Black, turn up the
Life
big
can be
tune.
so sweet when you sing with me. Yeah, yeah. Life can be so simple. Life can be so
Roots and
sweet
culture. Roots and culture.
when you are with me. Yeah, yeah. So sing me that song, the sweetest song that your heart can dream, that your soul can see. So take me that bite, the sweetest bite that your heart can dream, that your soul can see. No, no, no need to worry. No, no need to fear when your heart is clean. Yeah, yeah. There no need to worry. There no need to fear. Love and harmony. Yeah, yeah. Oh, when I sing that song.
Welcome back again, of course. Now, once you hear good music, you know you hear good music. You get me? And that's a true reflection of good music. Life can be simple by reggae artist Madeleine. Madeleine, over to you. Quite interesting to hear
Yes, sir.
what's the genesis behind that
Yes.
song, the inspiration, the story. Talk to
Okay,
us.
this is another magical story of this song. It comes like this. I was in Ocho Rios and I had a dream. I dream of a blue hole. I dream of a lake. And I dream of a blue hole near the lake. And I'm with a friend and I tell to my friend, he's Jamaican, and I tell, hey, I dream a lake. There is any lake near here? And I say, no, there is no lake. There is no blue hole near a lake near here. No, I don't know any blue lake. No. Few days after it, I tell me, I take you somewhere. And then he take me exactly to the place that I dream. It was like a blue
Really?
hole. Yeah, like that.
Wow.
I see he's driving, I pass the lake, and I say, the lake that I dream. And he said, he don't really pay attention to me, you know? It fell down. I'm back.
Yes.
So then we arrived to the place, and I throw myself inside the blue hole. I have fresh, so much fresh the water. Oh, fresh. And then I start to feel like a blue energy all around me. I'm like that. I start to feel the energy around me, and I start to feel sensation. And then I start to feel the song. Life can be so simple, life can be so sweet. And then I feel, then I start to see images. I start to see the people singing together, be happy like before, like now everybody concentrate in the telephone and be like very, very by themselves. And even at the concert, they look at the concert through the telephone, like the telephone is the best friends. So I just had the vision of when people unite themselves and sing together and have nice memory of the songs and remember how life is so simple. Can be also very complicated, but also can be very simple, depending on how we relate with things. And so this was the first part of the song. Then I come back to Costa Rica and suddenly this part come. 'Cause when I sing that song, I know my heart to you belong. 'Cause when I hear you sing that song, my heart sing with you. And then this part, I was like, oh, when it comes, give me goosebumps. And I was like, oh, I was looking at the sky and I was like, and it has different layers. The layer, like the more human layer is like, oh, Bob Marley. When I hear his song, when I sing with him his song, I know my heart who he belongs, because when I hear him sing that song, my heart sing with him. See all the songs of Bob Marley that I know. When I hear him singing, I sing them with him and I rejoice. Then another layer is like the sky. When I sing with the sky, I receive the blessing of the sky. So I feel we sing together.
This is just so amazing.
You can even apply it with your grandmother. When your grandmother sing you that song,
Definitely, 100%. Madeline, throughout your musical career, traveling all across the world, performing, which of the place that really stood out for you and what was the reason?
Okay.
If yes.
Favorite place that I perform? Argentina. Great
And
crowd.
why Argentina? What was the reason? Why it became one of the best places to perform?
I think because that was one of my concert by myself with a DJ. So I had no big names around that I was part of. It was just me by myself and a DJ. And the place was just full. You cannot see the end of the place. And the people were very happy and dancing with me and having a vibe. And at the end of the concert, many people come to see me and enjoy, that was best.
Wow.
All the time when I was going with other producer, I have to be always, the one that go with the producer. So I have to behave like the guest. When I'm by myself, I can do my show. So that was one of a fantastic one. Also, I like when I go back to Italy and I sing for my people in Venice. That's very nice.
Wow. America, Africa, Caribbean by extension. This is the moment that you all have been waiting for, as we now will be placing reggae artist Madeline in the spotlight to give us an a cappella. Go for it.
Which one you want? Life can be so simple.
Anyone of your choice.
Ooh, life can be so simple. Life can be so sweet when you sing with me. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, life can be so simple. Life can be so sweet. Sing in harmony. Yeah, yeah. So sing me that song, the sweetest song that your heart can dream, that your soul can see, and take me that vibe, the sweetest vibe that your heart can dream, that your soul can see. You don't need to worry, you don't need to fear when your heart is clean, yeah, yeah. You don't need to worry, you don't need to fear. Love make us complete. 'Cause when I sing that song, I know my heart to you belong. 'Cause when I hear you sing that song, my heart sing with you. 'Cause when I hear that song, I know my heart to you belong. 'Cause when I hear you sing that song, my heart sing with you.
Thank you so much for that. Oh my God, that was splendid. If there is a promoter there who just heard this live performance and would like to book Madalena on an event, what is the best contact to get you on?
Well, best contract I got? Is the
Yeah.
question? Best. I still didn't get the best contract. I'm waiting for it.
Well, the best contact, like, is there any number
Contact.
or email that you could want to put out there that if there is a promoter out there who would like to book you on a show,
My contact.
how
Okay,
they
sorry,
would be
didn't
able to
understand.
get?
So you can find me on Instagram as Madeleine Music. You can my email is number one jaguidance@gmail.com. My Facebook is Madeleine. My YouTube page is Madeleine Music. Spotify Mad Elaine. So not easy, not difficult to forget, not difficult to
Mm,
remember. So
yes,
it's Madeleine everywhere. And then they can call Fonso, and Fonso will tell me. Yeah, right.
definitely, 100%. Yes. Would you like to spell the way you spell Madeline for those persons out
Yeah.
there?
The name is MED space ELAINE. Mad Elaine. ELI.
Right. And if persons out there would like to hear more music coming from Madeleine, what are some of the platforms that could get your music at?
Yes. And then Spotify and up all the digital platform have my music under Mad Elaine name. And also YouTube, you can get some video. You can see me there dancing and doing my things on my YouTube channel, Mad Elaine Music, mad/low/Elaine/music.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, soon I'm gonna print some 7 inches, so stay tuned. And also the album is gonna come. I'm preparing a nice album in Jamaica. This song that we just play, Life Can Be So Simple, is produced in Jamaica, Kingston, with all Jamaican team, all Jamaican musician, Jamaican vibe.
Lovely. And what is the next big project that Madeline currently is working on that your fans out there could expect coming from you very soon?
Well, a part of the album, I'm working on a collaboration with Queen Ifrica.
Wow.
So probably, yeah, this is the new of the moment, and probably gonna make a video then, and we're working on this now in this moment. Apart
Thank you
promoting
so
the
much.
tune. You're welcome.
It's have been a pleasure placing you in the spotlight as you reveal some of your stories behind your big story. Just before we come to an end of this interview, is there anyone out there you'd like to shout out to?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Rassarella and to fantastic team that helped me to promote my music. I want to say thank you to Natural High Jamaica and to the musician that came with me to do this fantastic project, to Tough Gong Studio to opening the door, to Madeleine and her team, to Jamaica to give me the big inspiration to be part of the reggae culture. And thank you, Fonso, for letting me be here with you.
It's a bit of pleasure. And of course, I would like to say thank you to Susan Smith out of Jamaica, Powerhouse Global Media. Big up to you, Susan, for the connection. You know what I mean? All the time. You get me? And once again, Madalena, thank you so much. And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And of course, we will be playing the music on the radio. And once you obviously get more music, you could send me the music. Thank you so much.
Mm.
And of course, we'll
Thank you
end
too.
this with her brand new release song, the title track, Life Can Be Simple. I quite enjoyed that one. Once again, thank you so much for allowing us to place you in the spotlight right here on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Here you go. Life Can Be Simple by Madeleine.
Thank you. Bene, Fonso. Caldo, mi sono fatta una sudata.
Life can be so simple. Life can be so sweet when you are with me. Yeah, yeah. Life can be so simple. Life can be so sweet. Sing in harmony. Yeah, yeah. So sing me that song, the sweet